welcome to Joseph's Model Railway and Toy Room. And in today's episode, we're having a quick chat about Care Bears. So for all of my fans that are following the Model Railway, don't despair, that'll be in the next video. But today, it's a quick chat about toy bears in the toy collection.
Well, here's a surprise I'm sure you all were not expecting. Like I said, I am a grown-up and I've never really changed. I absolutely love toys. If we go and visit any department store or anything like that, I make a beeline for the toy department first over nothing else. So, Care Bears. I've always loved soft, cuddly toys as I grew up, and I was fortunate enough to have Care Bears. And while I didn't have them all, I have managed to acquire pretty much all of them through the generous donation through other collectors from around the world. And while we'll probably see this in videos probably a few years down the track, why I'm making this one and just taking a special moment now to do it is a couple of reasons. First of all, during the production of making this particular video and in between all the fun we're having building this model railway, of course, our little daughter is turning 1 during the production of this particular video. And what I found most fitting about the whole process while we're purchasing some Lego for her during her first birthday and other bits and pieces, and yes indeed there may or may not have been a train included somewhere there, but we'll get to that in a different story. Why I'm just taking a moment is it seemed quite symbolic, and that seemed to be out of all the Care Bears. Again, we never received the actual TV show where we lived. We didn't receive that type of channel, so it's all a bit new to me. All I know is like all of the greatest toys in the 80s, it all came down to some fantastic marketing and you just had to have it. So they came up with a series of stuffed toys which are basically the same toy, different color, different name, and you need to collect them all. Well, that wasn't quite the case. Now, the one we're going to talk about today is the Love-A-Lot Bear. It's probably my favorite. Wasn't my first one. You know, there's stories that'll go with all the others as we get introduced to other characters later down the track, and probably videos I'd love to be shooting with my little daughter. But at the moment, why I want to take special moment of this is obviously the Love-A-Lot Bear, for reasons it's pink and love hearts. I have no idea why it was my favorite one, but here we are. Why we're taking special note of this is that during the year of 2022, as she celebrates her first birthday, it came to great surprise when I noticed that they actually had the 40th anniversary of the Care Bears and had released a limited edition. However, while all the Care Bears were not made, this particular one was. And I thought it's a wonderful gift that we have given our young daughter, and I thought I'd just take a moment here to give you both the comparison of what we've seen that's come along in the year 2022 as opposed to the one that certainly for me had come out in the 80s. Okay, let's keep it brief now. We're not going to get into too many semantics here, of course, so let's just appreciate we have our new one here, and we have, this is my original one, and the little friend we have over here is from a collector who, while is obviously a bit aged, it's in much, much better condition. It hasn't been used like mine. I mean, I fell asleep with mine for many, many years. This one has not, so everything's a little more intact. But I just wanted to quickly just go through them if we could. I mean, it's always about the packaging. It's interesting, this one claiming about limited edition to only 3,000. I'm not too sure about the validity of that necessarily without a slight variation. It's interesting they give you an all sealed box so no one can put your grubby fingers on it, and with the latest world events and people staying clean and safe, I understand that. There's also in the box a certificate of authenticity as well. Again, I don't really want to touch much of this. I did just point out to my wife I will look after the box. The little one can do whatever she wants to do with the teddy bear, but hopefully it'll end up like mine where I did keep my original box, albeit it's a little bit dusty at the moment, and obviously the original security strap has been removed so I could use it. But this is still the original box. It's still very desirable packaging in the sense that you can imagine when these were all on the shelf, all the different colors and types. You had your good luck bear, you had your birthday bear, you had sunshine bear, all these things. yeah, I want that one. I want that one. And I guess it's like the Transformers. It's just the must-have type of thing. So again, original manufacturer, of course, was Kenner, and anyone that's got any of the other toys from the 80s, that name is quite familiar. I'm thinking right here along the lines of the Ghostbusters, Peter Venkman figure that I have up on the shelf. I know that's a Kenner. But all the telltale traits that go with being a Care Bear are still a Care Bear. And I think that's what's wonderful about it. You've still, of course, got the love hearts on the feet. That's still the same. The facial expression, it seems they're still the same. You've still got the little freckles here. They are still there, albeit a bit worn. The eyes are obviously a bit more bigger and defined. The teddy bear feels seems a bit larger. Again, this one's been through the washing machine a couple of times with much love, may I just point that out. But still sort of, as obviously the softness starts to compress a bit, that's where we're at. And this one's been in storage for a few years as we were building the house and what have you. Telltale signs are all still there. The one thing I always like on anyone is if you actually take an original one and you really want to see what the original color was, if you actually just fold the ears back, you'll always see, which it doesn't get dirty, but the original color is usually exceptionally intact there. So definitely, it's all still very true to the original. They've truly copied it. The same with the stitching, everything else. The little tuft of hair at the top again, and even this one, which is still reasonably pink, but that'll just wear in time, of course. And of course, if we turn around to the little tail on the back here, is still here, and of course the trademark bottom on the back. Of course, this one, the Care Bears thing, is one of. This one is more of almost a translucent type of red that you'd sort of find in your tail lights in the car or something like that. But look, it's a wonderful recreation. I think the packaging is absolutely fantastic. It's soft, it's cuddly, lots of love to be had. And will be welcomed and joined with the rest of the Care Bear family as her journey with toys will continue. So for the moment, just like my mother did, I will make sure the box does stay safe. And even if the bear has become well used, it doesn't matter. We could look back on this. Maybe I'm still alive in another 40 years, and I can look back with her and say, hey, here are our little friends here. So here's one who's just celebrating its 0 birthday, if you like, and here's one that's celebrating just going on actually the 40-year mark there. So that certainly shows my age in the whole scheme of things. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Look, I hope you've enjoyed. Again, it's not always going to be about the model railway. We're going to throw a few videos up regarding toys and things like that. In fact, I've got one coming up not too far away, probably within the next month, just going back to some key bits of Lego that I've picked up. So we'll enjoy that. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Stay safe. Toodles.